That was so awesome. But this one I know is going to make me cry. Because they always make me cry. So we're gonna get into this chat. So be ready for tears. This is the last one. Hi Kendrick. Hello. This is the last one in the animated series. And it is The Christmas Truth from Sabaton. So this is the last one of their animated series that we have not reacted to. And I am familiar with this story, with the story behind this. So I know I'm probably gonna cry. Because this is just such a heartwarming tale. So I must prepare myself, but I am gonna cry.
It's the night of December the 24th, 1914, on the Western Front. The industrial might of the new 20th century has been focused into a war that has been going on for 5 months. Everyone thought it would be over by Christmas, but sadly such hopes have now died alongside the young men in the clinging mud and
cry your little bitch tears.
Really? Really, Racket? You're gonna throw SAO abridged at me? Really?
cold of the trenches. On the run-up to Christmas, Pope Benedict XV begged the warring governments to call a truce and asked that
the guns may fall silent, at least upon the night the angels sit. Now.
Guns may fall silent, at least upon the night the angels sang, but it was no use. In the trenches, sometimes just 30 meters apart, the men of both sides often shout insults to each other above the sounds of battle. On Christmas Eve, a cry comes over from the German side in broken English. Tomorrow, you no shoot. We no shoot. The British and French are incredulous. Then along the trenches, there's a movement. But instead of seeing the sight of men going over the top, this time, pushed up above the top of the trenches, Christmas trees start to appear along the German lines, lit up by flickering candles. Is it a ruse? Could it be real? Could the regular soldiers on the front lines make a peace at Christmas when the church could not? On the wind, drifting across no man's land, there's a sound of hope and cheer as Christmas carols are sung. The gentle murmur becomes stronger and is picked up by more and more of the soldiers. As Christmas Eve becomes Christmas Day, the British and French join in too. As the morning draws, there's silence. In a farmhouse a short distance away from the front line is 18-year-old Scotsman Alfred Anderson. He vividly recalled that Christmas Day and said, "I remember the silence, the eerie sound of silence. Only the guards were on duty. We all went outside the farm buildings and just stood listening."
And, oh, RPG Killer, I missed you when I was gone. And, DL0, both of you, thank you for the follow.
And of course, thinking of people back home. All I'd heard for 2 months in the trenches was the hissing, cracking and whining of bullets in flight, machine gun fire and distant German voices. But there was a dead silence that morning, right across the land as far as you could see. We shouted, "Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!"
No way.
Even though nobody felt merry.
And of course, it's Christmas music. Well, I mean, sharpshooter, it's pretty well known that Yarnhub, back when they made these videos, they probably didn't have the correct assets to put in period accurate rifles. Some of their rendering and some of their assets are kind of jank. It's it's kind of known with given the time, given when they put these videos out.
Silence. Oh, I remember the silence on a cold winter day. After many months on the battlefield, we were used to the violence.
Seriously?
Then all the cannons went silent, and the snow fell. Voices sang to me from no man's land. We are all friends. And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers, we drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches, our Christmas song from far from home. Madness, how I remember the sadness. We were hiding our tears in a foreign land where we faced our fears. We were soldiers, carried the war on our shoulders.
Oh God.
For our nations, is that why we bury our friends? We were all friends, and today we're all brothers. Tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers. We drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches. We sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on
Oh God.
snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches. Our Christmas song from far from home.
You know what? All I can keep thinking about is none of these guys wanted to be here in this war. They didn't have a choice. It was decisions of people they don't even know that forced them into this position and forced them into this war. And you could see what happens when they're not under the gun like that. And just being people. Like, just this one day, they were all able to come together. It just, just be people. Like when I saw that medic from one side actually bandaging the soldier from the other side, it's like, it didn't matter. None of it. None of it mattered. Because they were just a bunch of men that just wanted to just be friends. And for this one day, just this one day, they were actually able to do that. Yeah. fuckhole. Who is this fucker supposed to be? Just like some generic officer? Yeah, well, I got something to say to this fucking officer. Work.
I want to play a game.
Really? You think it's supposed to be him? You think that was supposed to be him? Eh. As a
Hitler
corporal,
fought in the
okay.
First World War, and he hated the truce.
Oh. Then doubly so.
I want to play a game.
Wait, okay. Was he actually present when this occurred? What was he? This part I was not aware of. So no, he wasn't. So maybe this might just be like artistic license. So this could very well just be artistic license that he was present and basically being an asshole while the two sides were celebrating Christmas. Yeah, he may have criticized it, but he may not have actually been present for it. And Derek, thank you for the follow. Really? And he's taking fucking names. So it's not just the German side, it's the Allied side too that are doing this. You fucking kidding me?
Brothers, tonight we're all friends. A moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers, we drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. On Christmas on the front line we walk among our friends. We don't think about tomorrow, the battle will commence. When we celebrate to Christmas we thought about our friends. Those who never made it home when the battle had commenced.
Yeah, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. Because they might actually think twice about shooting someone that they thought was a friend. Exactly, sharpshooter. They're not gonna want to shoot a friend on either side. Because God forbid they have fucking friends.
There were many matches along the lines that day, some with proper footballs, some with bully beef cans, some were disorganized scrambles for the ball. Robert Graves reported that in his match, the Germans won 3-2. The Argyll and Southern Highlanders reported their match ended 4-1 to Scotland. An estimated 100,000 men took part in the Christmas truce.
Wow.
As the men moved back to their trenches, Captain Charles Stockwell took it upon himself to fire 3 shots skyward. He raised a flag upon which was written, "Merry Christmas." His German opposite raised a flag that read, "Thank you." The two men then stood on the ramparts and saluted each other. Alfred Anderson, the young Scotsman, survived the war and lived to the age of 109. He said of the end of the truce, "The silence ended in the early afternoon. It was a short peace in a terrible war." But one of the most remarkable quotes comes from a young soldier who, despite being away from his family for the first time, said of the events on that day, "I wouldn't have missed it for the most gorgeous Christmas dinner in England." A Merry Christmas from everyone at Yarn Hub, and the final words go to the members of Sabaton.
Merry Christmas!
I knew I was gonna cry. I knew it. God. No. I knew this one was gonna hit me harder than any of the other ones we've watched. That's why I waited to watch it last. 'Cause I knew this one was gonna hit me so hard. Man. Man. I was crying so much my cat even jumped up on the desk to make sure I was okay. She only does that when I really cry hard.